Hi, my name is Grant Shipman. I'm the founder of Livingsmith. We are in the financial criteria of a beyond house hacking property. So we want to really dive in. We covered the functional criterion. Does the house have enough bathrooms? What does the house need for a laundry room or driveway size? Now we're in the financial criterion. In the big question that everybody asks, what houses work for 7 or 8 people? This answers definitively that question. What houses work? What houses don't? Or if you're working with properties that are not houses, what properties work? What don't? We're speaking specifically in regard to houses, but you can extrapolate this to the property type that you use. Financial criterion is key. If a property works functionally, but it doesn't work financially, then it doesn't work. So there's a big deal here. Some of us who are more visionary business people, entrepreneurs, our minds are more excited about the big picture. Sometimes we don't like numbers. We say we're bad with numbers. Well, make numbers your best friend. I did this. You need to figure out what's in your wiring. If you don't like numbers, why don't you like numbers? Let's untwist whatever got twisted at some point. Let's uncharge whatever got charged and do what you need to do for your mindset to actually love numbers, to make numbers your best friend. In relation to that, run your business like a business. Why are there so many great properties for sale out there at amazing deals? Here's why. Because somebody like you at one point wanted to get an investment property. They got excited about passive income. Investment properties are small little businesses. And they didn't run their business like a business, and it failed. You probably know the stats. 95% of businesses or more fail within the first 2 years. And after the first 5 years, it's up to 98% plus. So this is significant, but this is not something to be scared on. You've already proven that you're part of this small percentage that would invest in a course so you can learn what other people have already proved works. So you want to run your business like a business, not only so it succeeds, but so it also fulfills you, so you feel good, so you don't get burnt out. So make numbers your best friend. Run your business like a business and take your emotions out of it. It was actually a crazy man on the street when I was in college. He was just mumbling and he got really serious and he told me, "Hey, young man, use your brain to make decisions and use your heart to enjoy those decisions." And no matter how right on or right off the guy was, this is something that's good to remember. It's helped me in my investment career is take the emotions out when you're looking at and you're analyzing a property. Don't get a crush on a property because it reminds you of a house you grew up in or in a dream house that you hope to have one day. Take the emotions out, use your brain, use your financial and your functional calculators, your worksheets to analyze, does this work? And if it checks those boxes, then heck yes, get it. And then enjoy it with your heart. If it doesn't check the boxes, then heck yeah, say no, move on to the next property. Move quickly, say no fast, and say yes confidently. With the property, if it passes or fails, this is a big thing. Don't get tied up into it. Properties are going to fail. Other properties are going to pass. And if you can say yes to those properties that pass, you're going to be saying yes, that you want a great experience for you, for your investors, for your residents. So realize you're making decisions on multiple levels, and those decisions aren't difficult. All you need to do is make numbers your best friend, run your business like a business, take the emotion out of it, make the decision, and then you can bring the emotion back in to enjoy that decision for the rest of your life. At least that's what I'm doing, and it's what I plan to continue to keep doing. I want to introduce you to terms. There are terminologies that you need to know in order for us to be able to operate financially or operate with numbers. Words are tools. So sometimes we need to pick up new tools so we can do new projects. So here's an introduction to terms. One is purchase costs. Another is setup costs. The next one is monthly expenses. Another one is monthly reserves. And the last one is monthly income. I want to go through and give a definition for all of these. If you notice, these are not technical terms. They are everyday terms that we're going to be using. So I want you to remember them, and you can write them down if you need to. They're going to become tools so you can think in new ways, in more efficient ways. The purchase cost is simply what is all the money that's needed, the cash needed, so that property becomes in your control. If you're repurposing a property that you already own, or you already control it, maybe you live in it, maybe it's a rental property, you might not need any money because it's already in your control. But the purchase cost, that's everything wrapped up into that. That's going to be your down payment. It's going to be your closing cost. It's going to be earnest money, anything that's cash to purchase that property. The next one is setup cost. Once that property is purchased, what things do you need to set it up? So for instance, purchasing furniture. Maybe you want to repaint a room, storage shelves, kitchen appliances, dishes, everything that it costs to set that up. One bigger setup item would be turning a family room into another bedroom. So sometimes we spend up to $5,000 or $6,000 in setup costs for just slight remodels. We do very little remodels, but slight sometimes are needed. So that's all in setup costs. The other one is monthly expenses. So we purchase the property, that's the purchase cost. We set up the property, that's the setup cost. Now there's now the property's going. What about monthly expenses? These things are going to be like the monthly payment you have on your mortgage. That is a monthly expense. Utilities are going to be a monthly expense. HOA might be a monthly expense. These are expenses that are going out of your bank account, that LLC bank account, every month. If you don't pay those, they are late. So those are monthly expenses. Monthly reserves are slightly different. Monthly reserves is money that we take and we set it aside for future repairs and future big replacements. Sometimes you'll hear this called repairs, maintenance and repairs, and then the big ones called CapEx or capital expenditures. We're going to use normal language and just say small repairs and big replacements. These reserves we set aside each month, so that's not money going outside of our bank account, but it's money that we're reserving in our bank account for future repairs, because we know repairs are going to be needed, whether they were needed that month or not, or big replacements. Like, for instance, in one of the houses, we're about to have a roof replaced, and we've set aside reserves every month, so we had the money to do that. This is very simple. We'll get into how, but monthly reserves is another term that you want to know. The last one is monthly income. Income is through rents. Rents are going to come to you each month from the residents. That's their monthly contribution, and that's your monthly income. It's a very simple business. You have very few expenses. You have these main customers that are paying you rent, and it's that simple business. So run your business like a business. Take the emotion out of it. Make numbers your best friend. If the property fails financially, then walk away. it doesn't work. Don't fool yourself that it might, it could. But here's the other one. It's kind of an interesting take, and it's true, is every property, or most every property, it can work financially. So if at the sale price, say I'm looking at a house and it's for sale for $390,000, and I run my financial analysis, which we'll show you how to do in a lesson coming up. I use my calculator and it fails. Financially, it doesn't work. Now, I can know that and keep that clear in my head. Hey, these people are asking for $390,000. That fails. However, what is the number that it works? What's the sale price, the price point where that passes a financial analysis? Maybe it's $375,000, and I think, hey, awesome. As long as this passes the functional criteria that we covered in the previous video lessons, then I can offer $375,000. That's fantastic. So keep in mind, analyze a property, find out if it passes or if it doesn't, and if it doesn't pass, if it fails, find the price point at which it will pass, because almost every property has a number. You just need to find that number, and then why not offer on it? Why not? What's the worst they can do? Say no? No big deal. So most every property is going to have a number. So keep all this in your mind. Like really, really grab onto it. Until then, keep living your daydreams.